Okay, power is disconnected now. I'm not phoning it yet, I'm just looking. Give it a minute. There you can see. Let's phone it now. You see, there it rings. You see, what I realized is with the tracker, if you disconnect the power and you leave it for a minute and then you make a phone call, it trips the phone call, and after that it's dead. Look, I'll phone it now again. You will see it won't ring now.
You have reached the
See, it's off. So what I've realized is once you remove the main power, let's say you don't phone the tracker or nothing, you leave it for 5 minutes, it's on and it will ring, but it only gives you that one ring or that one SMS, and then it's off. So I don't know what, I can see the battery backup power is on and it's lasting, but I can't communicate as soon as it if I ring it or if it gets more power. So once I remove let me show you if I do it with if I send an SMS. Okay, backup power is plugged in again. Let's just give it some time and then we can first see if it rings before we send any messages. So when it rings, then I'll disconnect it and then I will send a message and then we'll see. I'm just going to phone it to see if it's on maybe. I don't know.
You have reached the mailbox.
It's off. So even when you restore the power again. So in this case, let's say the tracker is connected and the customer takes his car in to change the battery. Maybe the battery is flat. So as soon as they disconnect the battery, the tracker will go off, and then if I put the battery back, the tracker is going to be off, because I just removed the power and put the power back and I can't communicate with the tracker anymore. So if a customer is going to change his battery, I'm going to have a problem. Let's just give it a second to see. Phoning it again.
You have reached the
Still off. So the only way here you can see is you may have to switch off the backup battery, then remove the power, put the power back, put the backup battery back, switch it back on again, and then it can reboot and then it works again. I'll just give it a second and see. Phoning in it again.
You have reached the
Still off. So let's do that again. So I switch off the backup power. Backup power switches off. Look what the light does as soon as I switch off the backup power. Maybe I should just switch off the backup power and then see if it rings. Let's phone it now and see. There it's ringing. So here you can see once you unplug the backup power and obviously the switch of the battery will be on, then it won't ring. There's something wrong, it can't ring. But once you switch off the battery, then it works. So like now it works. I'll phone it again. %, rings again. So I'm going to switch on the backup battery again. Look what the lights does as soon as I switched it on. Let's ring it. There, it rings perfectly now. So what I'm going to do now is switch off the backup power. Backup power switch is now off. Then I'm going to remove the power and then put the power back, and I'm sure it's going to ring. I just removed the backup power, and with the internal power switch is off. Let's just zoom in nicely to show you. There's it, you can see it's off. Now I'm going to plug back the main power. There, I plugged back the main power. I'm not going to switch on the backup battery. You will see it's going to probably ring now. So I think it's something to do with a backup battery. And like I said, I can't leave the backup battery on off position, because as soon as someone cuts the power, the tracker, I can't track the vehicle. Let it just boot up first. Looks like it's already booted up. Let's try to see if it can ring it. Ringing perfectly. Perfect. So last time I'm going to show you, I'm going to unplug the backup power, the main power. Okay, here you can see main power is plugged off. Internal battery is on off position. Now I'm going to plug the main power. Sorry, I'm gonna plug in the main power. Main power is plugged in. I'm going to switch on the internal battery. Switched on. Let's just wait for it to boot up, and then I'll ring it, and then I'll disconnect the main power again, and then just and connect back the main power. You will see it. Then we'll sit with the problem again. It won't ring. This is such a nice tracking device. I'm starting to change my business and started employing some people. I like the RFID, as people are a little bit lazy to activate the cars with the other devices. So there it's on, and I'm just going to phone it just to confirm. It's ringing. Perfect. I just switch it off. Now what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna remove the main power again. There, I removed the main power. Now what I want to do is I want to leave it at least for 2 minutes and see, and then ring it. And I'm sure it's gonna ring just at once, and then after that it's dead. So I don't know what can be a problem. So it's 8:48 seconds. So it's almost, I'll phone it in 2 minutes time. Let's see what it does. Because normally I phoned it immediately and it rang. But then it cut the phone, and afterwards it didn't ring. So I just want to see if I leave it for a longer time. Maybe it's, I don't know, it can help you. You can see that the backup battery is nicely on. Look at the red LED. The GSM one is flashing, so it's working. But as soon as I'm going to ring it, it's going to cut the power of the battery or something. But there is 2 lights flashing sharp. Okay, it's a minute. Let's give it another minute. It's like I said before, after removing the backup power, after main power, I immediately phoned it. And then it rang, and then it went off. So I just want to show you the backup battery is working, but as soon as you send in, or we can send an SMS even now, but we'll just phone it because it should stay on. It's a minute, almost a minute and a half. It's almost 2 minutes, still a few seconds. There's now on 2 minutes. I'll just give it a few seconds on to make sure. Okay, that's 2 minutes now. Now I'm going to phone it and see if it rings. There, you can hear it rings. There, it cuts me. It cut the call. Now I'm going to phone it again. And you'll hear it's off.
You have reached the mailbox.
Tracker is off.
Zip.
So once you remove the main power, it stays on. It's perfect. But as soon as you ring it, then it's not gonna, or SMS it if you want to track it, then it's gonna trip or something, and then you can't communicate with the tracker at all. Then it's off. So that's the problem. Thank you.